Raptors Digest. What's up and welcome back. Game day in Utah. Raps are leading right now, but don't get too comfortable with this. Utah's a great team. We're missing OG Anunoby. Yuta Watanabe is still out. Kem Birch in the starting lineup again. We obviously have Pascal Siakam back. I'm going to start off actually by apologizing for not doing last live stream. 10 p.m. start. Was working very early. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but we're going to try to do as many of them as possible, of course. And here we are at 9 p.m. doing the live stream anyways. Appreciate everybody who's here. And Fred Van Vliet with the circus and one. Showing some shades of Kyle Lowry right there with a circus shot. Gets it to fall. Raps are up by 4 points right now. Shouts out to everybody tuning in. T-Bird Brad asking already, why late, Josh? I think we started even a little earlier than when I scheduled the stream. Didn't start exactly at tip-off, but we were just getting everything set up. You can see I got my bet up right now. Scotty Barnes over 14.5 points. No OG Anunoby in the lineup, so I'm hoping Scotty will get a lot of ball. And then I got the match point spread. Guys, this one was gutsy. I'm just going to say it right off the bat. Gutsy. But hey, if they get... I cut off part of it, but it's plus 12.5. So they can lose by 12 points, and I can still hit that bet. Or they could win, and it's still valid that way as well. And then, like I said, Scotty also, if he gets 15, that punches that part of it. But we're back on a betting streak, guys. 2 straight. We're 6-2 on the live bets. Doing it through Bet365. Last game we ended up hitting. This is also over double your money if it goes through. Bet responsibly, but let me know what you guys are gambling on in the chat. Definitely tell me. I already see a lot of people talking about what's going on with Rudy Gobert and Kem Birch, and just our lack of anyone at the 5 position that's sizable. It's going to be an issue. Definitely going to be an issue, but let's hope that we can hold on here. We're on a 9-0 scoring run. Scotty Barnes getting his first bucket of the game. You love to see that off of the Gary Trent steal, but Royce O'Neal knocking down a 3 for Utah. Appreciate everybody coming out right now. Toronto's backyard with Susie. No problem. I love coming out here right now and just being on live with you guys. It's my most fun way to watch these games. Shouts out the family out here right now. And also, if you haven't noticed, I'm rocking my Raptors Digest merch. Check it out, guys. Make sure to get your own. It fits so nice. Like it I don't know if it's just like my body type or something, but this hoodie is exactly the way I hoped it would look. It's great stuff, guys. Rep the brand. Appreciate all the support already. Gary Trent from 3 gets it, man. This is going to be a game. I'm hoping for the best, but I understand that, we are clearly the underdogs here. I mean, Utah's a wagon. We're in their house. We've been struggling as of late. We've got guys out of the lineup. OG Anunoby not here tonight. Gobert flushes it. That's going to be an issue all night. We already know it. But hey, I've got hope that the Raptors can make this at least a close game. I think they do pretty good when they're the underdog. With the expectations not so much. Oh, Pascal Siakam with the crafty little pass. Spin move playmaker. All right. T-Bird Brad giving me the pass on the late start. Love these games on the West Coast. Shouts out T-Bird Brad. Definitely a regular in the chat. We got Genfro out here. Marcel Martin in the building. Tom Moreau. Man, we got the family out here. This is awesome. But yeah, guys, check out my bet. Let me know what you guys think. OG Anunoby, as I've been mentioning, a hip injury that, quote unquote, keeps him out for a while. I don't know what a while is, but the Raptors have been pretty tight-lipped about when people have been injured, not giving specific timelines, just saying, rough areas that they're probably going to come back during. We don't really know. But definitely hoping the best for OG. He's been lights out for us all season on both ends of the floor. Hoping that he can make a quick recovery with his hip injury. So the scoreboard should be all good with the live updates. If you're in here right now, drop a like. I appreciate it. We'll get this thing rolling. I was going to set up my display properly for a sec when I first get in. We got 21 viewers. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. If you guys have any bets, let me know. I wish this scoreboard would load a little bit more frequently. Okay, there we go. It's unavailable at the moment. This happened last stream too. It'll come back in a second here and be a little bit faster, I think, with the updates. But Ben and Riker dropped a video on this. Gary Trent Jr. gets a steal early in the game here. We bet on him last game to go and get the steals and blocks combined prop. He did that for us. But right now, the NBA.com has him ranked third in DPOY voting. And I saw a lot of Raptors fans on Reddit saying, oh, he doesn't deserve this. I get it. The Raptors have struggled defensively, but he's leading the league in steals, and his presence out there on defense is felt every night. I know he can gamble a little bit, but he's not the front runner. He's not the front runner to win DPOY. I'm happy he's getting some recognition. I don't think it'll happen, but Marcel Martin's been pushing that narrative all year. I don't know. But hey, at least we're putting the NBA on notice with Gary's defense. They're giving it some love. Third in the DPOY rankings at the moment. Yeah, people in the chat, Death 4K, already saying, why is the paint wide open? It's the 7-footer that we do not have. Kem Birch is the closest thing we have to a natural center. Oh, and as I was mentioning, the injuries, Precious Achiuwa is still out of the lineup for the Raptors. As much as Precious gets slandered, he will help out your team. Definitely. We've seen that at points this season, especially when he comes off the bench. But yeah, we just don't have someone to guard a Rudy Gobert or a Joel Embiid or a Dwight Howard, an Anthony Davis. We don't have that guy to match up a skilled 7-footer. And it's not like we don't have great defenders. It's strictly a physicality thing. We don't have someone at a 7-foot frame. Moses Brown, KP, Turner. There's a bunch of guys we've been checking in on, so it'll be interesting as the trade deadline comes closer what we're going to do. You got to assume that Masai is not fully committed to positionless basketball. I think even if you are in some sense, you're still going to want to take care of getting a 7-footer on your team. I mean, we saw that when Marc Gasol came to Toronto. It helps a lot. It gives you a totally different defensive look, totally different ability to run zones. You guys know how it is. Artisan saying, watch closely how lazy Siakam's defense is. Siakam on the baseline gets bullied. Great perimeter defender. Great help defender. Those are all things that speed and length, which he has a lot of, can play a big role. But when it comes to him defending the baseline against, big 4s or 5s, he gets back down a lot and ends up fouling a ton. And fouls have been a big issue for Pascal this season. Hopefully we just see a well-rounded effort from him tonight. Doesn't try to do too much. Does the right amount, and hopefully we can get at least a close game. Raps are down by 1 at the moment. Birch, gets the offensive rebound. Finds Freddie. To Birch again. Pascal in the mid-range. That's money, man. That's money. Misses it, but Scotty Barnes already probably with like 3 or 4 rebounds. Finds Kem Birch in the paint. He goes and gets the floater. That little Kem Birch floater in the paint isn't so bad. It's starting to become pretty reliable. Mark Correa, we need to pick up a tall, young center. You're right on that. Miles Turner's only 26. I was blown away by that. I definitely thought he was a bit older, but Miles Turner, I like the idea of him coming even more. They have Hassan Whiteside as well? Wow, Whiteside and Gobert playing center for the Jazz. They got some height. Kem Birch with the floater. There he goes again. Wraps up by 1. Tom Moreau saying, Amaro, Gill, 7'2", extremely raw, but we're extremely desperate. You know what? I don't want to call us desperate yet, because I don't think the Raptors are the kind of team that's going to... I think we've learned that rushing to fill a void, like with Aaron Baines, for instance, doesn't always work out. I think they're going to let this happen naturally. If we're not winning, maybe, I hate to talk like this, but maybe we do just let things play out and maybe end up with decent odds again and have a character season and then come back with a center on the roster that we either sign in the offseason, or maybe you just draft them in this upcoming draft. Who knows? But we don't need to rush things yet. We don't need to put money where it doesn't need to be or move assets for guys that aren't going to be here long term. I like that the Raptors are picky. I think that's one of our best traits as a front office. And Mark Correa is saying Turner would be crazy. It would be. Joe Simpson saying trade Scotty for Mobley. Speaking of that, Scotty has jumped Mobley again in the Rookie of the Year standings. It's a tight race between them. I'm going to be serious. I don't know who's going to win it, but I think Scotty will become the better player. Just so much more. I don't even want to say versatile, because Mobley is like crazy versatile, but the kind of playmaker that Scotty Barnes is, he's got the things he can't teach. And in some sense, Mobley does too. This is a great rookie class, guys. I saw Bleacher Report actually put out an article of redrafting the rookies already. They had Scotty Barnes going third behind Cade and Mobley, and they had Mobley going first. So, I don't know. Personally, I would have said Cade still goes first, second Scotty, third is Mobley, fourth is JG, Jalen Green. That's what I would have said. But hey, what do I know? Donovan Mitchell with the steal on Fred VanVleet, but Spida throws it out of bounds. I gotta say, I do love D-Mitch. What's your opinion on Donovan Mitchell right now? Drop it in the chat. I mean, I love his game so much, and I love him as a person. He's one of those guys that I find, in basketball, it's easy to be disrespectful and all hype and stuff, but he's humble, hardworking, and like a kind guy. So I got to have a lot of respect for Spida. He's definitely one of my favorite players in the NBA, but not tonight, guys. Tonight it's all about the Raptors and Gary Trent Jr. What is up, man? He's on fire, knocking down another 3. Wraps up by 6. Tom Moreau bringing up an inevitable fact. You can't teach height. That's what it is. We just need a 7-foot guy who's athletic, and we can just build him up from there. But it affects your whole defensive scheme. You need that length in the paint, and you'll see it against guys like Gobert I could list off a whole bunch of names here. We know the value. We went out and got Marc Gasol and won a finals with him basically babying Joel Embiid and Vucevic. So we know what it means when Nick Nurse gets his hands on a 7-footer. Son Whiteside with the bucket. Let me see if the scoreboard is refreshed here, folks. I apologize for this. Technical difficulties over here. Here we go. Trent misses the shot. Clarkson hits the 3, man. They gave up like nothing for Clarkson, wasn't it? A 1-for-1. They traded Dante Exum. Either way, what a steal. A 6th man of the year for Utah. Just kind of gave them that scoring off the bench that really brings them to a contender level. Wild deal. Great value for Utah. Scotty in the paint. Out to VanVleet. We also got Banton out on the floor right now. Shouts out to Lano. Ooh, just misses it. Oh, Boucher with the rebound. Scotty in the mid-range. That's money. Count it already. And what I say, guys. Scotty Barnes knocking it down. He's got already at least 4 points. Hoping he can be steady tonight. 6-1 for the offensive rebounds. I think Scotty has at least 2 of those. But yeah, so far a really good start on the road against this team. And no way that wasn't a foul. Wow. Hassan Whiteside blocking Boucher off of a beautiful feed from Fred VanVleet. Maybe it was clean, but Boucher went down ugly there. Hassan making a big defensive play for the Jazz. We got 46 viewers in here. Shouts at everybody checking out the live stream right now, man. You guys are appreciated. Fred VanVleet trying to do too much playmaking there. Probably could have gone up for the layup, but instead spins and throws it out of bounds trying to find Scotty Barnes. But hey, guys, we are still up. Oh, Nick Nurse is like on the baseline arguing right now. Okay, that might have been a clean block by Hassan Whiteside. You guys let me know in the chat. Was that clean or was that a foul? Hey, yo, you guys know what's up. Marcel Martin dropping the super chat. Gary Trent Jr. equals Depoy. Simple mathematics, folks. One equals the other. And right now, he's leading the league in steals. You're seeing it tonight. The effort that... I know people are like, oh, he gambles a lot. Yeah, I get that. That's okay. But I think Gary Trent Jr. is a clutch defender. He's still young. He'll figure it out. He'll make his mistakes. But as Marcel's saying, he's got crazy defensive upside. I don't think you're going to win it. Like, winning Depoy as a shooting guard on a team that's struggling to be 500 with a little bit of spotty defense, it's going to hurt your resume big time. But is he now one of, like, the most renowned defenders in the league? I guess you got to look at body of work, and it's not necessarily there for Gary Trent Jr., even though he's always been an energetic defender. But we're getting to the point that if he stays at this level, people will look at him as a guy that can bring you to the next level defensively as a group. He takes care of it. He is aggressive in all the right ways. Shouts out Gary Trent Jr. and shouts out Marcel Martin with the super chat. Death 4K saying flagrant foul. Come on. Rahul saying, let's be honest, nobody is taking Siakam if we don't attach picks with him. Well, it depends on what you want back, but I agree. If you're at this point, if you want a star back for Siakam, you're going to need to probably sweeten that pot up a little bit. Pascal does not look like the answer for a team. You know, you're going to be taking on a max contract, so I don't think a team is going to go into that situation willing to just at face value grab Siakam and make him the man. They've seen what happened in Toronto. And I don't want to slander Siakam too much. Like, I love him as a player. And just a person. You know, he's been in Toronto for a while now, a champion, and an MIP. I could just, gloat about Siakam all day, but I don't know if he's right for this team at the price he's currently at, unfortunately. We all agree on this. But we'll see. We'll see what options are out there. I could see even a team like Dallas really wanting a Siakam. I've always said that Pascal Siakam on Golden State would be nuts. But hey, Andrew Wiggins is doing a great job for the Warriors too, so maybe they wouldn't be as, apt to make that move. So Play Telly's 123 saying Gary Trent Jr. can steal Depoy, putting some parentheses around steal. I'd like to see him go pick a pocket and take a Depoy. So Mystery saying people would definitely want Siakam, even with all the hate. He is a good two-way player. That's completely true, but it's just the price that makes it so tough to trade for, right? Because when you're paying that kind of money, you need him to play like a top guy. But, I mean, Pascal Siakam's got so much to offer. It's just the financial situation. You're in a cap-pressed league. It's just the pragmatics of it. But you could sweeten that deal just the right amount to get something done for a star player. I do think so. Rahul saying, does Siakam's contract look worse than Andrew Wiggins? That's an interesting question. I'd say Siakam's more proven than Wiggins, even though it sounds kind of funny to say. Like, Siakam is very spotty in some senses, but hey, he's still an MIP, second team All-NBA champion. So I got to give him credit there, right? I'd say that Wiggins has looked worse before, but right now it is definitely a close debate. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. And Marcel Martin saying, like Spike. Please, if you guys are in this right now, we got 54 people watching. Drop a like if you're in here. Show some love. It's always much appreciated. Raps down by 2 right now. Oh, Rudy Gay. Former Raptor, man. I liked Rudy Gay a lot. He didn't really mesh with the team long term, but you could always tell he had a great relationship with Lowry and DeRozan. And he had his moments as a Rap for sure, but... Oh, Malachi Flynn looking like he's about to come into the game. Shouts out to Crimson Flynn. Iceman like Gervin saying, people saying Whiteside is washed. He would look good in Toronto for the veteran minimum. Oh, for the veteran minimum, for sure. Red Lion saying Siakam is Robin to Kawhi, who is Batman. Yep, yeah, that's true. But still, you gotta deserve credit there. He and Kawhi are second as all-time playoff scoring duos behind Jordan and Pippen. So let's put some respect on Siakam's name. But right now, is he right for our situation? Maybe not. Rudy Gay knocking down the 3 on his former team. They're up by 5. Banton. Deflection by Gay, but Raptors still have the ball. Chris thinks about yanking it, but keeps it. And now Pascal has it. All right, Pascal, you got something to say to the haters? Nothing. Okay. Oh, Delano. Wow, that was a nice dribble by Delano, but kind of a shotgun pass into the middle to Chris, who fumbled it. 2 Canadians failing to hook up there in the paint, but oh, wow. Clarkson falling out of bounds, hits the ball off Siakam. It's staying Jazz ball. Iceman like Gervin saying Banton needs to shoot that. I do agree. I thought that should have been a shot. Fred VanVleet's had a couple possessions here too where I think he tried to play make a little bit too much. He's just got to go up strong and take his shot. All right, so we got some interesting Raptors out here on the court. We got Svi Mikhailuk, Malachi Flynn, Boucher, Banton, and Siakam. Interesting lineup for Toronto. This is the 5th straight game that they've had a different starting lineup. So Nick Nurse kind of putting things into the blender. Wow. Okay, Chris Boucher getting blocked there by Gobert, but respect the hustle and intensity. Joe Ingles missing at the buzzer. Thank God that didn't hit. All right, so we survived the first quarter there. We're down. We were leading for a while. It looked pretty nice, but yeah, we have to come back here. We knew this was going to be a hold on and believe game. I got the spread at 12.5 that I'm hoping I can cover on. And if you guys aren't familiar with gambling lingo, that means they could lose by 12 or win. And I do hit that part of the bet. And obviously, Scotty Barnes needs 15 points out of him. Genfro saying too many turnovers. Definitely too many turnovers. The Raptors look like they're a little bit out of their league right now, you know, or when I say out of their league, I mean they're looking at the Jazz as, you know, the favorites here. They do seem to be playing a little timid, trying to pass the ball a little too much when you're under the rim and have a good shot yourself, as I was just saying there with Banton and Fred VanVleet. We got to go up and take our shots with conviction. I like that Chris Boucher just went hard at the rim. He didn't have a great first quarter, but still I like that he tried to test Rudy Gobert, raced him to the rim, lost, but still respect the hustle from Chris. And then Gary Trent Jr.'s had an impressive first quarter, as was Scotty Barnes in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think of that first quarter, and drop your score predictions right now. And if you guys are gambling on anything, make sure to let me know. I'm always interested. If you guys are looking to get my gambling lines before the game, always check the Twitter. It does not matter if I'm not live streaming. I could be at some random event working, whatever it is. I will drop my bets before a Raptors game on Twitter. Definitely check that out and tweet back at me to let me know what you guys are betting on and what you think about my picks. Got 61 people in the chat, man. Shouts out. FC asking, will something happen to Nick Nurse if the Raps can't perform this year? Oh, I got to say, definitely not. Definitely not. You know, Nick Nurse is already proven in so many senses. I don't see anything happening to him. I think his job's safe. This team isn't built to win right now, especially in a revamped Eastern Conference. Competition's way better than it has been before, and the Raps are going to need to fight and claw. And they got a pretty new team, a very young team. We got to be top 5 youngest teams in the NBA. You know, Nick Nurse is making do. We're almost a 500 team still. So we got to give him credit. Last season, I think we can wash that with all the extra stuff that happened. And Nick Nurse doesn't have control over free agency, right? That has been a huge issue to our team. But that's just, you know, it's a natural thing in sports, and I'm sure the Raptors will bounce back. I trust Nick Nurse big time. In the mid-range, Siakam, that's the shot there. Cashes it. Nice bucket. And Tyson 2K is saying, hot take, the Raptors will be the 5th/6th seed. I like the way you think, Tyson. I can get behind that. I think Ben and Riker's prediction of the 4th seed is, bold. Very bold. Oh, Rudy Gay. Nice three-pointer there over Banton. But yeah, I think 5 or 6 as their seeding could actually end up being a realistic situation, but they got to play well, and right now it's been a bit of an ugly stretch. Praying for a revitalized effort tonight. All right, Raps down by 6. We got 11 minutes left here in the second quarter. Genfro asking, Josh, was that white side block on Boucher clean? To me, it kind of did look clean. I didn't get the best angle at it. It definitely looked like a foul in the middle of the play when things were happening fast, but in hindsight, he might have actually got him clean. Malachi Flynn with a little floater there, gets the shooter's roll. We're down by 6 still. It's a 2-possession game. Everybody hold on and believe. The Crimson Flynn is here to save us. Oh, Tyson 2 asking, what's the biggest loss and biggest win while betting? Geez, I don't know if I should be sharing these stories, but this one time I got my account up so high. I think I put in like $20 or something, and I hit a bunch of blackjack, and I don't touch blackjack that much at all, but the one time I did, I got my account up to like some crazy amount, like 1,800. I'm not even kidding you. I promise you this is a true story, but at one point I was playing like $500 hands of blackjack, and I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Guys, bet responsibly. I lost it all. But hey, at the end of the day, I really lost $20, but just knowing that my account was up over 1,000, like considerably, it haunts me. But hey, back to the game here. I'm going to give myself PTSD on live stream. Raps are down by 6. Jordan Clarkson with the ball, being guarded by Svi Mikhailuk. Shoots it over there to Conley, who's been a nice little pickup for the Jazz. They got so many players on this roster. And Rudy Gay, pump fakes, gets Malachi to jump out of his shoes, and then hits the 3. Oh, man. And shouts out Marcel Martin. Heard I lost a bunch of money in blackjack, and here he is with a super chat saying we should have kept Rudy Gay. I think we parted with Rudy Gay at the right time. I'm going to be completely honest, but right now he is making the Raptors pay. He is definitely doing that. Ingles with a bucket, pushes off on Siakam. That was weak by Pascal. That was really weak defense. But shouts out again to Marcel Martin with a super chat, showing love to Rudy Gay. Got no problem with that. He's a former Rap, and I'm happy we moved on. But yeah, he looks like he's paying off right now for this Utah squad. Clarkson with the ball. Raps are down by 9. That happens quickly. A couple possessions ago, Joe Ingles just going right at Siakam. They know the scouting report. Apologize if I'm missing anything in the chat here. Trying to balance paying attention to the game, paying attention to the chat, rambling about whatever else. I do miss comments here and there, but don't be afraid to put something in there twice. I'll definitely see it at some point. And as I've been saying, hold on and believe, man. I think that the Raptors could have a good character game. I don't know about winning, but a good character game. Flynn from 3. Oh, yeah. When I'm talking about character, that's a guy right there who's got a lot of it, and I hope it shines tonight. Malachi knocking it down. Raps down by 6. Joe Ingles with the ball in the paint to Rudy, who's guarded by Svi Mikhailuk. We cannot have Svi Mikhailuk covering Rudy Gobert. Clarkson for 3, just misses. Kem with a nice rebound. What? No. Foul on Scotty? They're shooting 3. You're serious? Nick Nurse can't believe it. That I missed it. Let's see. Where's the foul? So is it Kem Birch? It was Kem Birch. I don't think that was a foul. He went up and got the rebound. Come on now. Get serious, my boy. Tom Moreau saying more Banton minutes. Folks in Toronto are loving Banton. He's definitely won me over, but I'm happy to see Malachi Flynn out here balling. Calvin B saying, LOL, Boucher getting blocked all game. I'm just happy he's explosive going to the rim again. He looked so timid in the early going this season. Still has his issues to work through. Definitely not saying that we're all good in the Boucher, section of this team. I don't know what word to use there. But yeah, Boucher is not written off by any means. But I'm happy to see the intensity at least returning a little bit, the desire. Birch gets fouled. Like to see that. Ramaz saying Bulls got Zoe, Caruso, and DeRozan. Raps only got Svi. So that's true, but I mean, the Bulls are a little bit ahead of where the Raptors are right now in terms of trying to win. You know, their rebuild happened a little bit earlier. We've had, I'd say, a few years now beating up on the Bulls, which is just the natural cycle of sports, right? To enjoy the highs, you got to feel some lows, and we're paying our dues right now to get back to that contending level. Some would even say we sold our soul when we traded DeMar DeRozan, and that's okay. We got a championship out of it. We are fortunate, man, and we're in good hands with Scotty Barnes, OG, Gary Trent Jr., Fred VanVleet. Maybe we'll even get another big piece back with Siakam. We got a coach of the year and Nick Nurse, an exec of the year in Masai Ujiri. There is a lot to love about this franchise, and it'll all work out eventually, but you just got to hold on and believe, because right now, I get it's not always pretty, but we got a team with a lot of grit, a lot of character. We're young, and we'll need to learn lessons. I can't be expecting us to beat Utah, but to play a good, close game and maybe squeak out a W, sure. So Scotty Barnes with a great contest there out on Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson misses it, just grazes the rim. I'm chalking that up as a great defensive play by Scotty. Tyson 2K asking, who do you like better, Ben or Riker? In fantasy, Riker, because Ben always tries to fleece me. Always. He tries to pull this slick stuff on me, like trying to convince me that this trade's in my interest. And I'm like, if it's in my interest, then why are you trying to get me to do it so bad? Oh, Flynn with an air ball. But there's no picking favorites there. I love both those guys. They are the reason I'm sitting here in front of you. So endless gratitude to both those dudes. And plus, I've been a fan of them forever. Mystery saying Flynn defense is rough. He fouls so much. Downside of being an undersized defender. But hey, hopefully he does figure that out because a guy like Fred VanVleet's managed to be a great defender at the same size. And I'm sure he will, but no playing time for the guy. He's got to shake some rust off and find his legs. And Rahul saying Flynn is doing well running the offense. I agree. I know he just jacked up an air ball, but I like it. He's not afraid to be a commander out there. And when it comes to knocking down shots, he can do that as well, despite an air ball a moment ago. He's got the ball right now. Passes it to Siakam. Raps still down by 6. Scotty Barnes has it. It's a close game. VanVleet thought about the 3, but gets the refresh to dribble. Down to Khem Birch. Nice, man. Khem Birch. The little floater, that is his money shot. It's turned on tonight. That's good stuff. Jeremy W. saying, no one wants to come to Canada. Accept it in all capitals. Whatever, we won a championship. I don't care. I guess we don't need people to want to come to Canada to win an NBA championship. It's a statement. I think we might be having some technical difficulties here. Let me know where you guys are at in the live stream. This is okay. No, here we go. We're good. Brad Brady saying Scotty always crashes the glass and closes out. Must be tiring. Definitely. But I think that's one of the things that we loved about Scotty Barnes is how athletic he is, because not every guy can do that on the court, but someone like Scotty Barnes who just impressed at the combine. He's got so much length, covers space more effectively than the majority of players in the NBA. I mean, he's more advantaged to do something like that than almost like anybody else, right? He's like the OG Anunoby with almost a little bit more length and just natural shooting form. There's a lot to love about Scotty Barnes. His defensive energy is definitely the top thing that came out on the scouting report on him even before he wound up in the NBA, and it's delivered fully. I love Scotty Barnes, and he was the right move tenfold for this team. Tyson 2K saying, have you ever been to a Raps game? If so, how many? I have been to a Raptors game, a few different ones actually. I saw them. The first game I ever saw the Raptors play was versus the Houston Rockets. And that's when I fell in love with it. I think I was in the 7th grade and my neighbor took me. We had box seats, and ever since that point, like, it was my first love. I liked the Raptors before I even liked the Leafs. And I was playing a lot of hockey at the time. And speaking of that, go check out Leafs Digest right now. I'm not even trying to slander the Leafs, but that's what I do with Zach Phillips, the other guy who works here at Digest Media. We do the Leafs channel. I'm a huge fan of them too, but the Raps are my first love, my main love, as you guys can tell. But definitely, Old Toronto sports I got a place for in my heart. And I've seen a few different games. So I saw the Houston one. I saw them face the Clippers once, which was crazy. I had almost courtside tickets, and it was the Lob City Clippers too. That was an insane game. I think I've probably seen like a total of 4 or 5 Raptors games, and I'm definitely going to a couple this season. I believe when Ben comes down here from Newfoundland this month, which is coming up pretty soon, me, him, Riker, and Zach Phillips are all going to a game. So we're going to try to put together a video of us live out there. Definitely go check it out. When was your first Raptors game? Put it in. Tom Moreau saying, you've been to a Raptors game, you must be rich. No, like I said, I always wait for someone to offer like they have like a business connection or something. Like I said, I got box seats the one time through my neighbor. It was awesome, but buying them, you're right, is certainly a hefty price these days. But when I'm with Ben and Riker, it's worth it. We got to go together. So Ramaz saying, Bulls got Zoe and DeMar. They signed those players. Hell, even Detroit and the Magic got more free agents than Toronto this past offseason. NBA players are soft for not wanting to play with Toronto. You know what? I don't think that this season's tough. Like, how are you going to attract free agents after what just happened in Tampa, right? It makes sense that we struggled to do it a little bit. But we always get guys that are hungry to prove themselves. Like Justin Champagny doesn't get drafted. The first team he calls is the Raptors. Of course, I love that. And then Svi Mikhailuk, contenders wanted to sign him. He came here because he felt like this was the best thing for his career. He loved the brand that we play. People are slowly taking notice. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, he had some comments about whether or not he was staying in Milwaukee long term. He made it known, I might not be here forever. He even said it a bit more suggestive than that. Check out what I'm talking about. Definitely Google it. But I wouldn't rule out the Raptors of being in this sweepstakes for Giannis eventually. I definitely think it's a place that he would come. And I don't know. He's a guy that's all about the culture. He re-signed in Milwaukee. I don't think he cares about the cold too much. Loves Masai Ujiri. He's got to respect the brand we've played. We've knocked him out of the playoffs every time we've faced him. That's got to come with some respect. I definitely think that Giannis could be our first huge free agent that we end up signing. Stay tuned on that. 61 live viewers in the chat, man. Shouts out to everybody watching. Appreciate you guys. So down by 2 points. Like I said, hold on and believe. I think we're going to be all right. Brad Brady saying, I've seen the Raps play in Oakland, Sacramento, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Milwaukee, Cleveland, and Miami. Oh, man. You've been all over with this team. That's awesome. Tyson 2K saying, I've been to 2 versus the Cavs 2018 and the Raptors versus Mavericks this year. That's sweet. But the 2 versus the Cavs in 2018 would have been really cool because you would have got to see LeBron James with his group. And I mean, LeBron and the Raptors, it doesn't normally go well for us, but still nonetheless something historic you wanted to catch. Definitely jealous of that. Heisenberg saying Giannis wouldn't come. I firmly disagree. Giannis is built different. He does not think like your average NBA player. Not at all. He re-signed with Milwaukee. That's just a statement. Like, and as much as Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday deserve their respect, I think we have a better supporting cast. Seriously, I do. Right now, today. And he loves Masai Ujiri. We have the highest Greek population in North America. This could happen, guys. Don't sleep on it. Donovan Mitchell knocking down a 3. We are down by 4 points. Fred VanVleet with the ball being guarded by D. Mitch. All right, Fred, do something big here, man. Come on. Jacks up the 3 and hits it right in Bogdanovich's face. You could see it coming a mile away. We're down by 1. Ramaz saying, I had a dream when we drafted Cade and signed both Serge and Kawhi. Oh, man. A man can dream. But hey, I'm all right with our current situation. Scotty Barnes, I mean, Fred VanVleet. Another 3-pointer. I believe that's 3 in a row. He's on fire, man. I got to get the Flames going right now. Fred VanVleet putting the Raptors on top. Hold on and believe. Heisenberg saying, I will eat my hat if Giannis comes here. Okay, I'm going to hold you to that, Heisenberg. If he signs here, I'm going to need you to come onto the live stream and eat a hat in front of the whole fan base because you're going to be capping otherwise. Like I'm telling you, this could happen. Put your hat where your mouth is. Jeff for Sale 1 saying Raptors coming back. Tom Moreau saying Flynn, VV, and Trent all on the floor together. We're going tiny. Yes, but right now I'm okay with the results of this. And Utah does not seem like the group to go tiny against. But hey, if Fred VanVleet's knocking down shots like this and we're holding on defensively, let's keep it rolling. Like I said, I think the Raptors thrive as underdogs. At least this version of the Raptors does. And that's why I felt like tonight, the spread being as big as it is, I thought we had a good chance of covering, but I'm gonna knock on wood. I'm not even gonna jinx that. Cook It Son saying Freddie went into the break and came back thinking it was the fourth quarter. We got fourth quarter VanVleet out there. He's turning it on early. He knows he needs to step up for us to win this game, and he is right now. You could see it when he was squaring up Bogdanovich dribbling the ball. I knew something was coming, and he knocks it down. Fred getting a lot of love out here in the chat. Trace124 saying Fred haters went to sleep. We just can't hate on Fred. The guy could put up like 4 points, like 2 assists and a rebound, and like you couldn't hate on him because You know that's not the Fred VanVleet you're going to get routinely. He is steady Freddy for a reason. It really seems like when Kawhi came to Toronto, a bunch of different players just stole a page out of his book on how to be level-headed, kind of emotionless. I know we got the Sam Castle celebration out of Fred the other night in Philadelphia, but for the most part, Fred VanVleet's a hard guy to shake. And he's got that dog mentality. I don't think I'm worried about Fred at his lows or his highs. I know he's going to be giving you both and hopefully just more consistency than not. Never write off Fred VanVleet, man. Too many people have done that before. Nicholas in the chat saying, I would like to see the Toronto Raptors trade Goran for JV. I can't tell you how much I would love to see Jonas Valanciunas back in Toronto. I think that the player he was when we traded him, it made sense at the time. But if he was the player he is now back then, I don't think the trade would have happened. Like, maybe that's just an ice cold take because everyone's like, yeah, I know it wouldn't have happened. Like, look at him, what he's doing now. He's got the highest 3-point percentage in the league. Like, what? But moving on from that, I do miss JV. I hope it can happen, but I don't think you're going to get him for just Goran Dragic, especially considering the situation that the Pelicans are in. Utah with a basket. Fred VanVleet, Mr. ICV coming back with the ball right now. Hands it off to Scotty Barnes, then to Gary Trent Jr. Let's see if the Raptors can get cooking here. Fred in the mid-range. That was a good shot, just spills out. Foul Donovan Mitchell. I think that might be on Malachi. How many personal fouls does Mally have right now? Mystery saying Siakam has been fine. This is a bad game, but his other games were fine. He had a bit of a shaky start. We'll see what happens here. Defensively, he's been a little bit rough this game. But Siakam's going to take a little bit of time to just fully get his feeding back underneath him. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and make up excuses for Siakam. He's got a lot to offer. At the end of the day, I think people get really hard on him because of how much money he makes, which is fair. But, he's not a primary scorer. He's not really that guy. He can do it sometimes, but we'll appreciate the other good parts of Pascal Siakam's game, which there is a lot of. But tonight, the defense is a little suspect. I'll give you that. Heisenberg saying, watching from my prison cell. Free Heisenberg. All right, Raps down by 2 right now. The score is 55-53 for Utah. Quinn Snyder, the coach of the Jazz, has done a great job there. Gary with the ball. Oh, wow. Ice cold mid-range. He's comfortable he's more comfortable in the mid-range than the majority of NBA players. Now, for real, like, he is going to be special when it comes to that shot. Contested in the paint, doesn't even matter. He is great at creating separation. Bogdanovich just misses the 3. Scotty Barnes with the rebounds. His rebounds have to be way up this game. He's probably got already like 6 or 7. Malachi from 3 just misses. Oh, I was hoping that went down. If you guys are watching right now, drop a like in the chat, man. I appreciate it. Got 68 people watching. So Ramaz saying trade Siakam, Dragic, and Boucher for Porzingis. That's a lot to give up for Porzingis. I do want KP. I do. Oh my gosh. Gary Trent Jr. Pump fake. Off the glass, lays it up in big bucket for the Raptors. We're tied up at 57 here, guys. But yeah, I don't think I'd give up that crazy of a price for KP. But I'd be willing to do some negotiating to make something happen there. Like if you were to refine that trade to, let's say, like Dragic, Boucher, and like a first round pick for Porzingis, I would do that. I would do that for sure. But I don't know what Dallas is thinking. We'll see. I know they want to move him before the trade deadline, but KP's kind of like been playing nice recently. So we'll see if that changes. But it's been an outspoken desire of theirs for what seems like a while. Malachi blocked on his way to the rim. Oh, Rudy Gobert behind the back pass to Royce O'Neal. Don't see that every day, but tied up at 59 apiece. I missed commentating it, but Gary Trent Jr. running it out and getting a easy basket at the other end off of a Fred VanVleet steal. Gary Trent Jr. back with the ball. He's been hot if he hits this. Oh my God. Gary Trent Jr. What a player. What a player. It's insane. He's on fire right now, guys. He's in his office in the mid-range. Nothing but net. Oh, Fred VanVleet with another nice steal, but Bogdanovich stays with it and gets the bucket. That sucks. That was good defense by Fred. Tied at 61. If you guys are watching this, man, please, please, please drop a like in here. It helps us out so much. Appreciate you guys as always. Missed three-pointer for Toronto there. Heisenberg saying Dallas would never agree to that trade. Are you talking about the trade that I said Goran Dragic, Chris Boucher, and a first-round pick for KP? You know what? I say it out loud again, and I kind of second-guess myself a little bit. We know that Luka really wants Goran on the team. So that has some weight to it. Chris Boucher can help them out a lot too. Maybe that's a more realistic trade for a Moses Brown type, which I would take for sure. But let me know what you guys think. What kind of packages would you put together? Brad in the chat pointing out that Gary's only 22 years old. That's facts. And Ramaz saying he's our only consistent player. I don't know about our only consistent player, but this season he's been as steady as they come, even with on both sides of the floor too. Got to show Gary Trent Jr. some love. Definitely think we won the Powell trade. All respects to the champ Powell. But the kind of term that he signed for in Portland, it made me scratch my head. I was like, they got a great contract for Powell, but I hope that after these two next seasons are up, I hope that we can ink Gary Trent Jr. to something a bit more long term. Scotty Barnes with the basket, nice pass from Siakam. How many points does Barnes have? You guys know I got a bet on that, so let me know. Hey, all right, okay. The Raptors are going into the half at the moment, up by 2 points. All right, we'll take it. Hold on and believe. That's been the message here. So people saying right now that Dallas wants out of Porzingis's contract. Did they max him out? Or the Knicks might have maxed him out and then traded him to Dallas? I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised to hear he's on a max contract. Let me know in the chat what he gets paid. I'm curious to hear what KP's contract looks like. That initial trade I laid out might not even salary match it if... Oh, no, it would actually. Goran gets paid decent. And Chris is on a decent contract too. But let me know what kind of trades you guys would put together to get some players in here to solve our 7-footer issue or just our center issue in general or whatever else you guys want to see happen here for this Toronto Raptors team. It's going to be an interesting stretch up to the trade deadline, and definitely this summer will bring some change as well. But a win tonight here, guys. We'd be 8-8 if that were to happen. And I think we feel pretty good about beating Utah on the road. That'd be awesome. We've been way better on the road than we have been at home. Go figure, all that time playing in Tampa. A whole regular season essentially away from home. Or essentially, literally away from home. You're getting boos in your own arena. You got Miami Heat fans just piling in to boo you off your own court. That was a tough year. But hey, we're back home. We're getting it figured out. And I think that a big win tonight would help us a long way in terms of building momentum towards a good result this season. 70 people in the live chat, man. Appreciate all of you. All right, so Ramaz coming in with the fact check saying KP was a restricted free agent back in 2019. He signed a 5-year, $158 million max contract. Damn. So I don't know if the Raps want that contract. I'm going to go back and say that actually the Goran, Chris Boucher, potential first-round pick deal, maybe a second-rounder for Moses Brown is my new ideal. I'm going to roll with that. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, Mark Correa already piping up saying, I don't want KP. Mike James saying, cheers, Josh. What have I missed so far? It looks like FVV is business as usual. Mike, he has been turned on this game. He's been hot from the three-point line. He's gotten handsy on defense. it hasn't always resulted in the steal, but he's gotten into guys on D, and I've loved Fred's game tonight. He's definitely been, I'd say Fred and Gary are the two guys that have carried us to this lead here. Scotty Barnes has done his part. Even Cam Birch has been pretty solid. Chris Boucher, the intensity's there, but not the result. Malachi's come in with some sparks, but again, nothing too crazy to speak of. Just happy to see him getting some leash finally. Delano's been quiet, but good. It's been a decent first half, all things considered. You're on the road versus Utah, who is a wagon. Definitely not a bad half for the Raptors. We're up by 2. Hoping we can keep this momentum rolling into the second half. Tom Moreau saying, waiting for everyone to say OG was the problem. Yeah, let's trade OG. It's a great idea. Yeah, we can't just take like these small sample size things. Like I know he's being fully sarcastic here, and I agree. There's going to be someone who comes out of the woodwork and says, "Oh, OG's been the problem. Like look how we played versus Utah," and that's assuming that this ends well. We're only up by 2 points at half. Things can change quickly. You know, the Raptors have had issues in the third quarter. I'll knock on wood, though. I really hope that doesn't happen. I want to win tonight, but you know, to look at OG like he'd be the reason that we won this game because he's sitting down and. Someone's going to say it. I already know. He knows too. Someone's going to say it. I think that this team is just so deep that when you have all your guys, Siakam included, you're going to be better off. And it's been the 5th straight game with a different starting lineup. So for these guys, again, internally on the team, it's going to be tough to figure out chemistry and routines. We're young. We still have some injury issues on the team. Like, give this group time. 72 people watching, man. You guys are the best. A lot of people liking the idea of Moses Brown. So Ramaz saying, would you trade OG and Fred VanVleet for Michael Porter Jr.? I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't. I mean, you give up so much defense. You give up 2 great two-way players. Like great two-way players. Like NBA champion two-way players. For a guy who... I'm not going to say he's delicate, but Michael Porter Jr.'s got a lot of learning to do. I think he's going to be a stud in the league. Don't get me wrong. I actually traded for him today in fantasy. Not the Raptors Digest fantasy league, but a different one. I did trade for him. I traded Tyler Hero in return for Michael Porter Jr. and Kevin Porter Jr. Both of those guys are hurt right now, but trust me, it's a long-term investment. It will pay off. But Hero's a baller too. I'm a big Tyler Hero guy. Either way, MPJ, I would not do that deal, but I do think he'll be very valuable at some point. Tom Moreau saying Bamba for Precious. LOL, why would they do that? Someone proposed that trade? Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. You're going to need to juice that up big time. Mo Bamba, I'm starting to feel like might be on Orlando's untouchable list just with how he's finally fulfilled his potential. And I say that at a very surface level kind of statement because it's early, but he's looking like this is the season where it's been figured out and he's finally delivering. Mo Bamba is going to be a problem down there in Orlando. Definitely was critical of him his whole career. Even now, I'm not fully sold, but I think that Orlando's going to hold on to him to really figure out where this kid's ceiling is because right now he's playing great. I think once Orlando's fully healthy, they don't even look bad. I'm a big Jonathan Isaac guy. I like his game a ton. Tom Moreau saying, would you trade OG for a young, legit starting center? It would need to be a really legit starting center because OG, not only is he a great two-way player, but his contract, big time value now, right? You talk about the Siakam situation where it's like you got a great player, but the contract's ugly. Well, with OG, you got a great player and a great contract. The value as an asset in a trade is just way up here. It would need to be the perfect deal, man. You need to be getting a borderline star at center who's young. Like, I wouldn't even do it for Turner, I don't think. Would you guys trade OG Anunoby for Miles Turner, 1-for-1? I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could. But that's an example of just, another Ramaz saying OG for Jared Allen, question mark. See, I mean, Jared Allen's maxed out. OG is not. And I know Jared Allen brings totally, not different. I mean, he's a great two-way player too, but in my opinion, I'd be really fighting to hold on to OG unless someone just gave me the right price, but I'm not even sure what that right price is. He's a valuable player, but let me know in the chat. Okay. Tom Moreau saying OG for Mobley. All right, Tom, you win. I think I would do that. I think I would do that. And maybe I'm about to get chewed out for saying this, but Mobley's going to be like special. And so Scotty. I think Scotty's the rookie of the year. I think Scotty's the better player, but Scotty's a superstar in the making. And I think that you're looking at a guy in Mobley who's going to be at a similar tier his whole career. He's another point forward. Just a guy who plays the game of basketball in every single way. He can shoot threes. Great defender. He might lead the league in blocks. I'm a big fan of Mobley. I always have been. A lot of Raptors fans wanted to see us get the third pick to draft him. Ended out fine for us. I think I speak for everyone when I say that. But OG for Evan Mobley, you're tempting me at that point. I might need to do it. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. This is so sad. OG gets hurt and we're already just trade hypotheticals right away. Like, what would we give up for him? We're up by 2 on Utah at halftime. Like, let's ship him out for something. I'm just playing, but let me know in the chat what you guys think. We got 90 people watching right now, man. Shuts out the chat. Appreciate you guys so much. Captain Save It Bro saying, Josh, would you trade Siakam for Ayton? I don't think I would. And call me crazy on that one. I'm just not the biggest believer in DeAndre Ayton. I think he's good. I think he's really good. Like, the stats support it, but I would, Ayton's going to need a lot of money, and I don't think for how much you're going to need to pay him, it's going to be worth it. Like, he's looking for like max dollars almost. To me, I don't think it's worth it. Chris Paul's made him look very good, and I know some of his best statistical performances came in seasons before that, or the season before, but in the playoffs, he even said it himself, like, the coming out party of DeAndre Ayton was ushered by CP3. CP3 got DeAndre Jordan on a first team All NBA selection. Like, if that doesn't speak volumes, I don't know what will. Cook It Son saying like Spike. Man, if you guys are watching this right now, please drop a like. This is a fun Raptors game right now. If you're watching, don't go anywhere. We got some things to check out. As you can see, I got Scotty Barnes. I need him to get at least 15 points. We're 6-2 on the live stream bets. 10 for 12 total of the bets I've tried to call. I might not be a winning gambler, but I know my Raptors. So if you're going to follow those bets, definitely bet responsibly. Paul Blunt saying OG for Josh Donaldson. Yeah, man, get JD, the bringer of rain, back in the city. I haven't played pickup ball with Donaldson since that one time, but my buddy texted me the other day to say he was hooping there. So off-season regimen for Josh Donaldson is just LA Fitness basketball. Goes to show you, the MLB is built different. Like, how is this guy not worried about like hurting himself? Either ways, respects to JD. That was a lot of fun. Heisenberg saying OG for one of Portland's all-stars. So I'm assuming you're probably talking about, Dame, CJ, or maybe Nurkic. Like, how do we feel about Nurkic, actually? I have him in the Raptors Digest fantasy pool, and he's been doing great for me. I'm very happy with the use of Nurkic, but how would you guys feel about that? What would the price look like? Can we pull off a trade 2 years in a row with Portland after we kind of low-key... I don't know if we fleeced them because they signed Norm to a really good contract, but it's clear we got the better player, and I feel like Gary Trent Jr. fits so well on Portland that, I remember Michael Wilbon saying, okay, Norman Powell's great, but why did you get rid of Gary Trent Jr.? Like, he was a great fit for your team. He complemented your stars so well. I still don't understand fully why they made that trade, but I'm happy Scary Gary's a Raptor now. Luca Figueiredo saying, through 2 quarters, very lazy Toronto defense. They score 61 points on us. Not a crazy number, but it's the defensive effort has fallen behind a little bit. And if you guys remember, when we did our podcast with J.E. Skeets, we all agreed, no matter where this team ends up in the Eastern Conference, if we're not a top 5 defensive team with the personnel we have, it will be a disappointing result this season. I'm standing by that message there. You've got some guys who can defend. Clearly, you're lacking a little bit at the center spot. when I say a little bit, I'm downplaying. You're lacking a lot. You have good centers, but no one that fits that 7-foot mold, which just drastically affects the whole schema of how you're going to play. Like, remember the Giannis wall that we built? Like, you can't do that without a guy who's 7 feet tall. But hey, I'm sure it's coming soon. But still, top 5 in defense was what we were hoping we would see from the Raptors this year. Not looking like it's going to happen, but I mean, Gary Trent Jr., like I've been saying earlier, he's 3rd in the DPOY voting right now. Crazy to see a shooting guard on a below 500 team getting that kind of notice from the NBA. Even Raptors fans are like, he doesn't deserve it. And I'm like, what? I don't know. I thought it was weird. Like, he's not the favorite to win it, but at least a little recognition is great to see. People in the chat saying Portland got fleeced 100%. That's Triple D's saying that. Nomadic Paramedic saying OG for Taco Fall. Taco Fall's getting some minutes in Cleveland right now. Yeah, Galactic saying we finesse Portland. Triple D saying Siakam for Zubac and Batum. Actually, I like both of their games a lot. I think that Zubac and Batum would be a pretty modest return for Pascal, just considering all that Pascal's done. Oh man, you'd be reuniting Pascal with Kawhi Leonard. That might be dangerous. I'm a big fan of Zubac, actually. Definitely a big fan of his, but I wouldn't do that trade personally, no. Yeah, seems like consensus here. Of course, we're all Raptors fans. We all feel like we won the Norman Powell trade. That was a tough trade to do. I mean, Norm was just as humble and hardworking as they come. I talked about earlier what I like about Spida. I get kind of frustrated with this new generation of basketball where it's like everyone's screaming in each other's faces, like babying each other. And so I get it. It's like great entertainment value. But I just love guys like Giannis and D-Mitch and even Powell who just like go out there and just hoop and don't worry about the theatrics of it. Fred VanVleet's the same too. I mean, Fred VanVleet did the Sam Castle celebration. Every baller's got some hype beast in them, but I really prefer the guys who are humble stars big time. 90 people watching right now, man. Shouts out. The second half is about to start. Raptors are up by 2. We're getting a little Adrian Griffin feature here up on the TV. Adrian Griffin is a special coach. I hope he gets an opportunity to be a head coach one day, but right now I'm happy to see him as an assistant with Toronto. Nate Bjorkgren had a failed experiment there in Indiana. Kind of hurt the Nick Nurse coaching tree reputation there, but anyways, totally off topic. We are back here. It is the second half now underway. Fred VanVleet in the paint, covered by Conley. Kicks it out to Barnes from 3. Misses. That was some ugly form by Barnes, but 2 offensive rebounds in a row. Pascal tries it from 3, misses. Rudy Gobert there to get the rebound. Again, apologize if I missed anything in the chat here. Okay. Brad Brady making a great point saying sold super high on Norm. We traded Norm at the absolute peak of his play. And I agree. That's a great, I'm just so happy that we decided and made a mature decision there that, okay, we need to get younger and a little bit more positionless. Gary Trent Jr. for Norman Powell. Go give him a guy who's already averaging 20. It's not going to be like that his whole career, and especially in a winning situation. Selling high. Credit to Masai. He managed to do that. Oh, okay, that shot is unconscious for Scotty Barnes. Pulling up in the mid-range, man, knocking it down. Mike Conley, yeah, I think Ken Burch just fouled Gobert. Never mind. On Scotty Barnes, apparently. Yeah, but wow, they're just showing a replay here of Scotty Barnes' mid-range. He didn't hesitate at all. He felt the defense slag off him a bit, pulls up and knocks it down, man. I love players that can shoot the mid-range. That's the kind of bucket that you tell. When you need a bucket in the playoffs, go to the mid-range. That's where your highest percent's going to be. At least I find the most dominant players tend to be that way. Kawhi showed us that. Oh, and here we go. Another super chat, man. Shouts out Rahul. Jeremy Grant, Olynyk, Siakam, and Boucher. I am a big fan of Jeremy Grant. I mean, they paid him. They paid that man big time. Olynyk has had a good season, and I don't want to slander a Canadian here, but I've never been a big fan of Kelly. I just find he's got kind of like a hack game to him where he can shoot threes, he can play some defense. I don't know. I don't think Kelly Olynyk's like a great answer for our team. Jeremy Grant's awesome, but we already have a ton of players at his position. I'm going to shut down that trade, but nonetheless, Rahul, you are a legend for dropping the super chat, man. Appreciate you big time. Let everybody in the chat, what do you think of that trade? Would you consider that? Let us know. So Scotty Barnes, what just happened there? What did the ref call? Okay, 3-second violation on Utah. It's going to be Raptors ball. Mark Correa saying Masai is a genius for that Gary trade. Definitely one of his best decisions. I agree. The only thing that makes it rough is that I think Norman Powell is now locked up for 5 years, making $18 million a year. That's a contract. That is good value. That's a winning contract. We got Gary at the same AAV, but for 2 years, and I believe... No, it's not 2 years. It's 3 years, but the third year is a player option. So he can just decline it and go into free agency with even the way he's playing this season, like I think he would do. So realistically, we'll have him this year and the next. It's only the term of the contracts that resulted after the trade that makes me a little hesitant, but overall, we set ourselves up good with Gary Trent Jr. If he plays well, I'm sure Masai will give him his credit and pay him. Raptors management's good about that. If you scratch their back, they'll scratch yours. We've learned that before. Oh, timely turnover there for Utah. Gary from 3. There he is, scratching backs again. Gary Trent Jr. knocking it down. Toronto's up by 2. It's 70-68, guys. We got 65 live viewers in here. Brian in the chat saying, Leafs win, Raps win. I sleep like a log. Okay, I'm going to knock on wood for you here, Brian, because game's not finished yet. And the words of Kobe Bryant, job finish, job not finished. The Raps have a while to go here, but I'll take it. We're up, and then obviously the Leafs winning. If you guys are hearing me right now, if you are listening to my voice, at some point go check out the Leafs Digest. I'm telling you, my co-host is too entertaining. He knows the Leafs like the back of his hand, and man, he is passionate about this team, and so am I. So go check out that channel if you have a moment. Oh, he is back, ladies and gentlemen. Never count out Champion Gold Gaming. Here he is. I'm experiencing physical pain without Lowry cheeks. Champion Gold with the super chat, man. He's missing the cake. Lowry's out of town. He's down in Miami. Thank you for the super chat, Champion Gold. Always appreciate it. Mike James saying, well, that's changing this year. I shouldn't be so negative. Leafs need to win in the playoffs to impress me. I do not blame people for being pessimistic about the Leafs. Like, not even a little bit. I mean, they at this moment have not really proven anything. They've got a great roster. I think they're set up to do well. And even look at the Washington Capitals. I mean, how many kicks at the can did they have before it finally went through for guys like Semin and Ovechkin, and even you could say Tom Wilson to a certain degree, Braden Holtby. They finally got it done, and I think that whole management group was just happy they kept the Capitals together. Could be a similar story for the Leafs, but it is kind of do or die time when it comes to the Toronto Maple Leafs, so that's another reason to tune in, but I'm still confident this team can get something done. They got a great roster, and I think they've been learning from their mistakes, but we'll segue back to basketball right now, but if you guys haven't already, check out Leafs Digest. And I'll plug this one more time too, actually. So you guys can see I'm rocking the merch. Man, it is clean. It fits well. If you guys haven't checked it out already, definitely go do that. Tom Moreau saying he's an Expos, Habs, and Raptors fan. It's been tough. Hey, the Habs, they went to the Stanley Cup Finals. That's something. I was pretty surprised by it, but that's something. Upset my Leafs. Still losing sleep over that. Champion Gold Gaming right now. He is doubling down with another big super chat saying we literally traded all of our players with cheeks for men shaped like the door. I don't even know what to say to that. But Champion Gold Gaming saying he's criticizing the physiques we've brought into this team. You know what? I mean, like Fred's got Fred's got some cake too. So yeah, I'm gonna cut this conversation. I'm pausing right now. But Champion Gold Gaming, shouts out, bro. I appreciate you dropping the super chat. All right, Pascal Siakam with the ball right now. We are up by 2, 8:50 left in the third quarter. Oh, just misses the little floater shot there. That's tough, man. Pascal has so many iffy buckets where it's like it goes down and comes right back out. He's got to get those down for his confidence. Royce O'Neal looks off the pass, shoots the 3. This guy's lights out from beyond the arc. Royce O'Neal's been on Utah for a minute now. Wow. Okay, so Andrew Spinato asking, can you explain your bets? Okay, so Scotty Barnes needs 15 points. And just for anyone who's not familiar with gambling lingo, a parlay is I take multiple bets and I put them down as one collective bet. And what that does is it juices up the odds. So rather than betting things that would return, if I bet $5 on each of these, it might return 7. But if I put $5 on both of them as a pair, it'll return like 12 or 13. So that's what we're doing here. Both of them need to hit for it to be a successful bet. It's over double your money return plus 180. So like I said, 15 points for Scotty, and then I need the Raptors to either win or lose by 12 points. So a pretty big cushion there. Underdogs to say the least. Oh, Kem Birch, that was not a foul. That was not a foul. What are you talking? Was that over the back? Soft. But yeah, just explaining my bets here. If anyone knows how many points Scotty has, please let me know. Also, I apologize if I'm missing anything in the chat here. Please do not be offended. I'm not doing this on purpose. Just trying to keep up with the game. Keep everything segueing properly. Like I said, if you put something in twice there, I'll inevitably see it at some point and try to answer it. Fanfiction Pop-Tart in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Saying your boy Pop-Tart is here. Shouts out Fanfiction, man. I was waiting for you. Where you been at? Van Vliet cutting through the paint. We're down by 6. You blink and we're down by 6. All right, Fred, you got to work your magic again. Oh, nice pass to Birch. Hey, you got to catch that. All right, he puts his hand up. He knows that. He knows he should have had it. Wow. All right. Burn the tapes on that one. Next play. All right, Emmett Richardson saying Scotty has 8 points. That's give or take on its way to hit. Hoping. Oh, what? Nate Bjorkgren. He's... They just showed him on the Raptors bench. Okay, guys, I'm sounding like... Did we bring back Nate Bjorkgren? Did I miss this? I'm thrilled to see that, though. Obviously a part of our championship team. He's been Nick Nurse's right-hand man for a while now. Okay, someone clear this up for me. Mike James saying Pascal's playing fine. I'm not concerned. He's been injured and he's doing well for a player coming back into the lineup. I'm not... and then I see also says... Yeah, so he doesn't think Pascal's the problem right now. And I agree. He's not. We got bigger issues, bigger fish to fry here. We need a 7-foot center. I think that's the most glaring thing. Pascal will have some natural adjustment issues coming back off of that injury. I'm still giving him a bit of a grace period. And he's steadily gotten a bit more comfortable as he's gone. He can do a lot for a team. I think what people get so mad about is the contract. But Gary Trent Jr., in the mid-range, in his office, in his kitchen, he's working, man. Gets the bucket. We're down by 4 points. Let's close up this gap a bit more. Ingles with the ball. D. Mitch. Oh, loses the ball. That's not a foul. Malachi, what do you do? All right, the players aren't reacting poorly, so clearly it was a foul. Otherwise, they'd be freaking out. All right, so people telling me that... Okay, so T-Bird Brad saying that Nate Bjorkgren is back as a consultant. I'll take it. I'm just happy to have him back in the Raptors organization. As I said, Nick Nurse's right-hand man. Okay, the refs are absolutely babying Utah. Like, you can't even go near them when they're taking a layup, otherwise it's an and one. What is that? That's not an and one for Hassan Whiteside. Did Flynn touch him? Am I tripping out? Am I biased like this badly? I didn't think that was a foul. Flynn came kind of like flying through. I didn't really think he hit him that hard or at all, really. All right, Flynn with the ball. Finds Barnes in the corner for three. All right, it got whistled down, so Gobert went up and blocked it, but that actually looked like that might have hit. I think to this moment, Scotty Barnes has only hit 2 3-pointers this season. You're going to want to see that rise up. But yeah, tried to jack one up there, but the play was blown down. Fred VanVleet with the ball, takes the pick from Barnes. In the mid-range, nice, Fred. That's a great bucket there. We're down by 5 points. It's 79-74 for Utah. Oh, wow. Hassan Whiteside's kind of been giving it to us this game. Utah's got some crazy height. All right, people checking me here saying, no, that's a foul. Or, sorry, no, that's not a foul, actually. Yeah, I thought that was a little bit of a light call, but... Got 62 live viewers in here, man. Shouts out everybody in the chat. Much appreciated for those who are tuning in. If you're watching this right now, drop a like. Means the world. Keeps the juice going here. You guys are the best. Yeah, people are calling for Banton to come back into this game. Good things seem to happen when Delano Banton is out there. I don't think he'll fix everything for us, but I wouldn't mind seeing another appearance for him. Other people criticizing Malachi right now. He's been fouling a ton. That's a glaring issue at the moment. I think he's done okay offensively for this team, Tonight he's done pretty good offensively. But yeah, the fouls have been a glaring issue. Mystery echoing that, saying Flynn has been really bad. He's had his issues for sure. Champion Gold Gaming with the somewhat tame civil super chat saying, looking forward to our lottery pick this season. No mention of cheeks or anything in this super chat, but he's thinking we're going right back to the lottery. OG Anunoby out for a while. I don't know what that means, but it's starting to give me PTSD of last season when we were just sitting guys for discrete amounts of time that we weren't disclosing to the media. I'm hoping we're not bound to go to the lottery again. But good things do take time. And what's that old 50 Cent line? What does he say? It's something about like joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain. And that's the corniest quote I could have made there, but it is so true. Like, if you don't have moments like this where you're yelling at your TV, you're never going to have a sense of vindication when the Raptors come in and win and play the right way. You got to experience some lows. We've been blessed as an organization over the past, I want to say decade basically now, of just having winning regular season teams that do exciting things in the playoffs, aren't afraid to make trades. We've had good entertainment here in Toronto, and I don't think it's done yet, but lottery, I won't rule it out. Shout out Champion Gold for the super chat. Got 70 people watching right now. Shouts out you guys. Champion Gold Gaming saying it's tough out here. Can't talk about cheeks unless it's good time. Good times. Champion Gold seems to all the time, but appreciate big time the super chat from Champion Gold, legend in the chat. Mitchell with the steal. We foul him right away. It's on Fred VanVleet. So Utah's up 81-74. They are now into the bonus. So Mystery saying, if you build bad culture and habits, they will stick on the young guys. That's one thing I'm really pleased with this team, though, is that we seem to have instilled the right things. You're not going to win all the time being this young, but the defense first mentality, the run the floor, be positionless, and just the overall character of the people we've brought in. Everyone's a workhorse. A lot of guys are underdogs. I always like the kind of criteria that they lay out for incoming players. Masai and Bobby and Nick Nurse are very picky about who they want on this team, and you can tell. Does anybody have any update on Ishmael Wainwright? How's he been? I believe he signed with the Wizards, correct? I could be wrong on that, but I know he signed elsewhere pretty much immediately. Let me know how he's been doing. Chris Boucher from 3. Oh, man, he's been out of it. Misses the straightaway 3. Tom Moreau saying Barnes kind of invisible today. Weird. I was noticing him a fair bit in the first quarter, just rebounding everything, but you're right. In the scoring sense, with OG Anunoby out, I thought we would see a bit more. He's definitely feeling the height of Utah in the paint. As much as I want to beat this team tonight, I do find Utah a pretty likable group. I don't think they'll win. I don't think they will, but they're going to be one of those teams that knocks for a while. Sort of like the Stockton, Malone, Utah teams. Really great, but no rings. I don't even mean to ruin their parade here, but... All right, Raptors are down by 9 points. This happens quickly. But let's see if we can storm back here. Fred VanVleet with the ball in the mid-range. He's been cooking tonight. Siakam in the low post being covered by Donovan Mitchell. Kicks it out to Fred. Pump fake. Gets him to jump. That's nice. Donovan Mitchell getting called for the block. Fred will be shooting too. Mike James saying, man, why is Pascal scared to post up? I mean, he's got Donovan Mitchell on him too. And I'm not saying D. Mitch is a bad defender, but size mismatch, mouse in the house, Siakam, go to the rack. He had no interest in it. That's one of those things. Like I always say, Pascal Siakam is not a good set offense scorer. He needs that. That's why he spins, right? When you spin, you draw in a help defender. You can get fouled maybe. He needs to break the play before he scores. And that's not a great trait for your top guy. But for the Robin to someone's Batman, that works all day. But yeah, did not feel like posting up D. Mitch there. Tom Moreau saying, I guess Flynn will have to foul out so I can get more Banton. Well, he might get that wish pretty soon because he's picked up a ton of personal fouls. But hey, this is like the first night where we've given him this much leash. Oh, Pascal with a blown layup. Feeling the presence of Whiteside there, but just blew the layup. O'Neal with a rare miss. Oh, but Flynn with a big rebound there. Climbs up and gets that off the glass. Fred VanVleet at the other end. Finds Malachi for 3. That's a bad miss. Raptors are currently down by 7 points. Oh, Whiteside kind of getting mugged in the paint, but we get away with that one. It's going the other way. Fred VanVleet, nice layup. He's been a great performer tonight. Raps are down by only 5. Hold on and believe, guys. I've been saying it. Just hold on and believe. We got 71 viewers out here. You guys are the best. We're all holding on and believing at the moment. Chris Boucher coming up to guard Ingles. Nice. Gets the deflection. Is that... Give that to the Raptors. No. Okay, Utah ball. So Mike James going in on Siakam right now. He says, well, why not use that? Spin. He's faster. And if players start playing the spin, fake the spin and go the other way, or go straight in when he moves and draw a foul. Mike, I'm asking the same question as you, brother. I don't know. There's a lot of things I would critique about Siakam. Sometimes I worry that he doesn't take things personal enough. Oh, offensive foul. Okay, Chris got... That's just a shoulder to the chest. Honestly, it was kind of a block by Chris. But hey, we'll take it. He went down hard, got us the ball back. But yeah, Pascal Siakam's got some mental gymnastics, I think, to get through in order to be a top scorer. And so far, it's been a struggle. And Fanfiction Pop-Tart saying, no Timmy's tonight, Josh. This one was too late for me to break out the iced coffee. I still need to work tomorrow, but otherwise, I would have an iced coffee cooling here with me. Fanfiction Pop-Tart noticing the details. Trent Jr. misses the step back 3, but there's Flynn with the offensive rebound. Finds Gary again. To Siakam. Oh, no. Pascal. You gotta want the ball, man. Bad pass. Raptors get the over and back. He tries to dish out to Malachi. Yeah, Pascal Siakam get under my skin a little bit, but hey, we still love him. Mark Correa saying, trade Boucher, Dragic, Flynn, and Siakam. That's, well, for the right deals maybe, but, they still have a lot. Oh, big alley-oop flush there by Gobert. Wow. For the right deals, we'll get something done, but, if we're getting lowballed by teams, we'll keep our guys. They still have a lot to offer, and we're hard on them because they are good. Oh, Pascal missing a three. The straight-on three-pointer, like the dead straight shot for the Raptors tonight has not been good. I've seen Flynn, Trent, Siakam, like all those guys have been missing the straightaway threes. And I know it's like the farthest three-pointer you can shoot, but it's been ugly. And then Ingles makes the lead 10. Oh, man. Yeah, you can only hold the Jazz down for so long. They've kind of busted this open here. I said the third could be an issue. It's come back and been an issue, unfortunately. Not good. Iceman like Gervin in the chat saying Raptors need a real center. ASAP, all caps, lots of exclamation points there. Champion Gold saying, bro, Pascal's literally getting paid $30 million to do spins. Yes, he is. And he's not even spinning that much anymore. He's just passing the ball out of bounds. I can't be this guy. Internally, I want to just like blow up on Siakam, but like I can't be doing that. That's unprofessional of me. And I also know it's short-sighted. Yeah, Mark Correa coming in with the truth. He said, only for the right deals. They aren't bums. Say it louder for everybody in the back, including myself. I have my moments where I'm eager to trade people, but at the end of the day, they are not bums. We cannot settle for less than what they're worth. It's got to be a deal that makes sense for both teams. Jet for Sale 1 saying, need to recover to the three-point line. Yeah, this Utah team, they can stretch you out. You got to go out there and contest. You got the length. Use it. Malachi Flynn with the ball. Raps down by 10. It's 88-78. Bad pass by Flynn gets picked off by Conley. Rudy Gay back out there for Utah. He had a really good start to the game. Svi Mikhailuk guarding Conley. Goes to Rudy. Rudy goes up for the layup and gets it. Wow, that was a tough shot. Rudy Gay makes the lead 12. My spread currently in jeopardy. The Raps' pride currently in jeopardy. Malachi Flynn missing the three from that same spot that's been haunting them all night. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Joe Ingles misses a three-pointer. That's good news for the Raps. That kind of would have broke the back there. We're still down by 12, just under a minute. Gary Trent Jr., yeah, he got wrapped up. What do you mean? Unless that was all ball. That looked like an obvious foul to me. Rudy Gay putting his arm around the ref to talk to him like that. Interesting. Tee him up. You can't be touching the ref. Gary Trent Jr. hits his first at the line. It's 90-79. Let's see if we can get this back down to a single deficit game. Okay, Barnes and Banton coming back out. Yeah, it'd be nice not to be working with a double-digit deficit in the fourth quarter. And the third quarters for the Raptors have been so bad. Oh, at least we got 75 live viewers out here. You guys are the best. Appreciate each and every one of you. Matt Hogg chipping in right now with the Siakam slander. Another regular in the chat. Sup, Matt? How you doing? Tom Moreau saying, Banton citing, why Nick Nurse wants to be down double digits, I will never understand. Oh, slam dunk there by Gobert. Barnes with the ball. Scotty finds Gary. Just misses the three there. All right, so Raptors will get last shot. Fail to convert there. Hopefully you can get a stop here. And the ideal situation is a defensive stop here, and then you hit a three. Get it to like a 9-point deficit going into the fourth. You can live with that. At this point, that'd be a very good result here. Ingles with the ball. Finds Rudy. Tries to alley-oop it again, but pass is too far out. Gary, I almost got my wish, but Gary Trent Jr. misses the three there. It is what it is. Well, it's not been pretty, guys. For anyone that's just tuning in now, 77 live viewers. We went into halftime up by a couple points, feeling pretty good about our game. Fred VanVleet hit like 3 3-pointers in a row. As most of you know already, OG Anunoby out of the lineup tonight. So I have my my Scotty Barnes bet there. It's not looking great. I think he still only has 8 points, but that can change quickly. I'm optimistic we can hit it. And then I have the spread. Raptors plus 12.5. Need a close game or a win. None of those are guaranteed, but still could happen in this fourth quarter. I'm remaining optimistic. If you guys have bets right now that are on the line, let me know. I'm curious to hear. Pascal Siakam's been a massive issue tonight. There's no way around that. He's had an okay return. I mean, there's been some games where you look at it and you're like, all right, he was like your best player tonight. That's good. But tonight is definitely not one of those nights. And even when I say that out loud, I feel like we've only really had like one performance, maybe two so far with him back where we're like, he had the best stat line. Definitely not always efficient. Tonight's an example of that. And the defense is starting to become more routinely suspect. It's tough to trade a guy with rapidly decreasing value. I don't want to be so negative, but I'm just speaking on what's going on here. I got to give my opinion. So Hector fans saying not just tonight, every night. If he plays well, he still takes opportunity from others like Scotty. It's a good point. A lot of people have been calling for the offense to start flowing more through OG and Scotty and then Gary Trent Jr. to keep getting his shots. That, in my opinion, is our core three. If you wanted to say a core four, you could throw Fred VanVleet into the mix there. I mean, you know what? Throw Fred VanVleet into the mix there. That's our core four. I think Scotty is honestly the most important out of any of them. And yeah, the longer this goes on, the more and more you just feel like there might be some addition through subtraction, if you get what I mean. Like Siakam goes out and the other players start to elevate to the level you think they can get to because the ceiling on all of our players, OG, Gary, Scotty, is higher than what Pascal Siakam, I think, can do. At this point, pretty well done developing. This is essentially, I don't want to cap it, but what is he, like 28, 29 years old? He's already jumped up huge in terms of his development. I think this is pretty much more or less what you're getting out of Pascal Siakam. Oh my God. I just choked on the air. It's tough to accept. It's a tough pill to swallow, guys, but Pascal Siakam, hopefully we can find the right deal or he can just hit the right stride. I'm at a loss of solutions for him. Been trying to be optimistic, but tonight's been really bad. Down by 15 points. My spread is pooched. Not fully, but right now it's not looking good at all. Fred VanVleet with the ball. Freddie, give me something to cheer about here. Carving it up in the mid-range, not shooting anything yet. Oh, deep three. Just misses. Ingles with the rebound. He's going the other way. I don't know why I said just misses. It was kind of a bad miss. Good defense there by Fred. Gets the steal. Svi Mikhailuk to Scotty Barnes. Wow. Cam really threw that floater up there. But yeah, Scotty Barnes got fouled. 11 minutes left here in the fourth. Iceman like Irvin. Just echoing what I've been saying too, saying Siakam would thrive in Golden State. I think that Andrew Wiggins hitting his rhythm here has maybe precluded Golden State from wanting to give up too much to land Siakam, but a player like him in Golden State's dynamic, it'd be nothing short of special. I'm certain of that. I don't know how I feel about James Wiseman, though. I wouldn't mind it. You get a 7-footer, someone who's got a lot of potential, is young. I just don't know if he's going to pan out the way everyone hopes he will. I got a weird feeling about him. Oh, wow. Just offensive rebound after offensive rebound for Utah here. But it's going back Raptors ball. There was a foul there, I believe. Yeah, not sure what just happened there. But it's Raptors ball. We're still down by 15. We got to start denting this lead soon. And I say that mainly from the perspective of my bet. It does seem like a win tonight is likely out of the picture. Scotty Barnes with a turnover. Left his feet and then got caught in midair. Tried to find Svi Mikhailiuk, but picked off by Jordan Clarkson. And then Rudy Gay hits a 3 at the other end. We're down by 18, guys. Oh, pray for the Raptors, man. Oh. Man. This is not good. All right, Scotty in the mid-range. That's his shot. Hits it. Like that for my bet. But this spread, yeesh. All right, Raps. Make a little bit of a run here. Get something going. Scotty Barnes checking Rudy Gay way up there at half. Love to see that. Trying to spark his team. Svi Mikhailiuk almost with a steal. Deflects it out of the bounds. It's staying Utah ball. You know, one positive about this Raptors team, guys. 5 different players averaging over 16 points per game. You have Gary Trent Jr., Fred VanVleet, Siakam, Scotty Barnes, and OG Anunoby. 5 guys averaging over 16. The only team in the NBA. You're always one superstar away here in Toronto. We've got great role players, but tonight is it's a different type of ugly. Fred with the ball finds Mikhailiuk. Svi has looked a little reluctant to shoot his shot tonight. Banton to Svi. Shoots the 3 and misses it. I'm getting a little bit out of touch with the chat here, but we got 72 live viewers. Appreciate everybody who's in here. Death 4K saying Scotty Barnes mid-range better than Siakam's. Yeah, retweet. I agree. It is. I think that outside of Gary Trent Jr. and maybe Fred, I'd say that Scotty Barnes has the best mid-range on the team. Like he's just money. If you leave him open for a second in the mid-range, he's going to pull up and hit it. I'd say Gary, Fred, and then you have Scotty Barnes as your third best mid-range shooter. But he's gonna be the best player on our team really soon. Tony is in the chat saying 20 losses in a row. Please kill this season. Well, he's just coming out here being the tank commander himself. It's going to be tough to get through another tank like that. Oh, wow. Wow. What a block. I mean, credit to Banton. He tried to, again, race Rudy Gobert to the rim, but doesn't work out for him. Falls into the stanchion pretty hard. Ow. Some good sportsmanship by Gobert thereafter, helping him up. Ultimately, Banton is fouled. That was such a crazy block. I didn't even notice that he was fouled in the process. But, yeah, no easy buckets when Rudy Gobert is out there. Mr. CJ Lance in the chat saying, we need a big... That is an understatement, brother. We need it like Ted. We needed it yesterday. This is getting out of hand. Rudy Gobert cleaning us off the glass tonight. We got 66 live viewers. This game it's been a tough watch, guys, but appreciate everybody who's in here still kicking. Hold on and believe. That's what I said early in the game. I'm just gonna hope that the bets at this point hit. You know, maybe we could go on a run too, but it seems uber unlikely. Utah's a wagon. Jordan Clarkson just hits a 3. That's right on cue. Oh, man. But at least Banton's okay. He's up. He's dribbling the ball across half for us. He seems to be unfazed by ramming into the stanchion there. Thought that could have been ugly, but again, Rudy Gobert showing some decent sportsmanship, helping him up and checking on him. It was just a basketball play. So Raptors missed the shot. Clarkson at the other end with the ball. Jacks up another 3, misses it. I still can't believe they got Clarkson for like Dante Exum, just 1 for 1. 6th man of the year. Scotty Barnes, thought he got fouled there, but finds Birch. Birch misses it. Scotty Barnes has been robbed on assists. Like it's been a recurrent theme is he'll set guys up and they'll just blow shots. Utah with another 3. Rudy Gay. Revenge games on the Raptors right now. Oh my gosh. Jet for Sale 1 saying no more small ball. For the love of God. Yeah, the small ball is not really working out these days. We're down by some large amount here. I want to say like close to 20 points at this current moment in the game. It's done. It's done, guys. But hey, please stick around in this chat if you're here right now. We got 75 people watching. You guys are the best. Please stick around. Our bets are on the line. I gotta check how much Scotty Barnes has for points, but if we could hit these bets, it'd be a nice little redeeming part of this game, and who knows what happens. Maybe someone has a sweet play. Maybe we make a nice run at the end. You never know. I love watching the Raptors regardless. You guys make this so much fun too. It's just not the kind of effort you wanted tonight. Tanai is saying Siakam is tank commander. Numbers prove it. Oh, he's our highest paid player and tank commander. That's tough. But Pascal Siakam, I'm not even gonna go. I've said it so many times. This podcast alone, I guess live stream, it's his contract that makes him look really bad. But tonight, money aside, he's been brutal. I'm not a hater. I love this team, and it sucks. Like right now, it's been a massive glaring issue along with the center spot. We need to figure that out. Rudy Gobert and Hassan Whiteside just having a field day on this team. I don't know. We're young. It's okay. Got to take the good with the bad. Brian saying maybe Masai wants another high pick. Well, there you go. He's probably got Nick Nurse's earpiece in there telling him like, yeah, keep Malachi out there. We're not going to trade for his center. Start Precious. They're clearly trying to like grow our young players and still win in the process. But we took a step back last year and ended up in the lottery. To think that we're just going to go to the lottery once and then immediately bounce back and be great, it's unrealistic. I think that going for another good draft pick this year isn't the worst scenario in the world. But someone earlier in this chat said we could end up being a 5 to 6 seed, which I do agree. I do agree with. Maybe people are hearing that and are like, okay, but even if we get the 6th seed, like what's the use in it? We're not going to end up with a good draft pick and we'll just get bounced in the first round probably. Well, at least you build character, and I trust the Raptors to find gems wherever in the first round or in the draft period. This is a concerning sign though of where we are compared to teams that are in their contending period. We're far back, so we gotta be realistic about the outcomes that might happen this season. Yeah, man, people are just giving it to Siakam in the chat. Josh, who has been good other than FVV, Barnes, and Trent? That's Mike James asking that. Well, tonight, you just hit it on the head. Those guys, well, Barnes even has been a little bit quiet tonight. Kem Birch does good for his role. I like to think. OG Anunoby, of course, is a baller. I mean, he's developed so much for us. It's a short list. Banton, again, for his expectations, does pretty well, but I get what you're saying. Those are the only guys that are really going to bring us to a new level, and them doing it alone isn't going to be enough. We need to start getting some better supporting cast out here. So click 2 a.m. saying Pascal Siakam for Ben Simmons. I'll do it. I don't think Philly will, but I know that Philadelphia has been saying that Pascal Siakam is a piece that they would want back in any trade for Ben Simmons. If it was a 1-for-1, all day, every day, but I don't think they would do that. I definitely don't. It'd be cool to see Siakam and Embiid play together, 2 Cameroon guys. That would be pretty special. But we'll see what happens there with Philadelphia. I still think the Mavericks are like the perfect trade partner for this team, just basing it off of individual respective team needs. We'll see what goes down. Moses Brown is on my wish list. Scotty Barnes in the mid-range. That's a rare miss in the mid-range for him. 108 to 87 right now. Oh, nice steal there. And then, yeah, Hassan Whiteside just kind of pushes Fred out of bounds after Fred takes the ball from him. Yeah, Mark Correa is saying Philly wouldn't give us Simmons for just Pascal. That's facts. I agree. I don't think they would either. I mean, they're asking... If they're going to deal Ben Simmons somewhere within the Eastern Conference, and it's like within the division, like You already know Daryl Morey is asking for everything. He's just been throwing the kitchen sink at teams. Like, he is not going to settle for anything less than a stellar return. He's going to make sure that the opposing team loses that trade. He's going to die on that point because Ben Simmons, he's going to make sure Ben loses. He hates Ben Simmons as an individual. Daryl Morey has no time for him. I feel like the trade is going to be pretty lopsided for Philly. They want to get some sort of W out of this. But Gary Trent Jr. knocking down the three, only down by 18 points at the moment, guys. My spread has some sort of life. Okay, and then Rudy Gay there to get another bucket on us. He's had a game. If you guys know how much Rudy Gay has in this game right now, go check it out. Or go put it in the chat so I can check it out. I'm curious. Yeah, down by 20. Scotty Barnes in the mid-range just misses, but we get the offensive rebound. Justin Champagny out here. That's nice to see. Things are getting sloppy, to say the least. But somehow we got 95 viewers out here in a late, ugly blowout game against Utah. Raps fans are committed, man. You guys are the best, and I mean that when I say it. If you're in this right now, drop a like. Let's get something positive going. Appreciate you as always. So Etienne Cadeau saying Siakam plus second-round pick for JV and role players. I love the idea of bringing JV back. Would New Orleans want Siakam at this point? I mean, he's a little bit older than their other players. Zion plays the power forward already. I don't know. But some sort of trade to get JV back would be just the most awesome full circle thing. As I said earlier, JV leading the league in three-point percentage. It's crazy. Speaking of three-point numbers, is Steph Curry your MVP? Throw that in the chat right now. Who's the MVP? It's definitely at this point coming down between Harden. It's coming down between Curry and KD. So let me know what you guys think. I mean, both guys, just a couple of the greatest to play, but I'm going to need to go with Steph Curry. I think that's the more common take, but let me know in the chat. I'm interested to hear. So are Toronto seeing any good centers in the draft this year? So Chet Holmgren is 7 feet tall, so I assume he plays center, but he's got a pretty versatile game. He would help out the Raptors a lot, but I don't know if he's like the 7-foot defensive monster we want. He's like a twig. He'll definitely fill out a bit, but he's like Poku skinny. Like what's it, Andre Pokuševski on OKC? He's like that kind of body. So I don't know if he'll solve all the issues we would want a 7-footer to solve for us, but if they're going to hand us Chet Holmgren, you do that. I'm a big fan of Paulo Banchero, though, who's probably going to go second. He's a Duke player. Okay, Aziz throwing out DeRozan as his MVP pick. I like that. I was seeing some people arguing in comments today on Instagram saying, is DeRozan currently... is his game the most similar to Kobe's in the NBA? At first, I was like, no. And then I looked in the comments, and everyone was like, yeah, I think so stylistically. Like, yeah, the shooting mechanics, yeah, he's most similar to Kobe. I do kind of see it. I remember the crowd was chanting Kobe, and he did the classic Kobe fadeaway and hit it. So, clearly I think DeMar thinks he plays like Kobe. I don't... This is a bit off topic, but not really. Devin Booker. I hate how much he tries to push the I'm like Kobe narrative. Like it's Devin Booker, you are not Kobe. I understand you and him trained together. Obviously, you have a ton of love for Kobe. You were inspired by Kobe, but you're not the second coming of Kobe, Devin Booker. I'm sorry, you are not. I just had to get that off my chest, guys. It bothers me when he does this stuff. But DeRozan stylistically is very similar. Interesting pick there for MVP by Aziz. He's balling out. So someone pointing out that Banchero is heading to jail. I did see what you saw about a DUI. Paulo Banchero was not driving. He did get a charge for being in a car with someone who was. Yeah, that's terrible stuff. definitely unacceptable in that sense, but I don't think he's going to jail because he just happened to be in the vehicle. There was some sort of charge laid on him still, but he'll be playing the rest of the season at Duke to my knowledge. And then Iceman like Irvin thinking that Banchero is going number 1 overall. I think his skill set's that good. I mean, character aside, whatever he does off the court, but you can turn a blind eye to that for one moment. He is probably the most skilled player in the draft, in my opinion. 90 people watching right now. If you guys are in here, drop a like. Much appreciated, guys. It's been ugly, but we're getting through this together. Graham saying, I miss DeRozan. I do too. That was like the one guy we had who just really embraced Toronto. I remember in his Players Tribune, he said, I am Toronto. After the first day of free agency, he took no meetings with other teams and immediately re-signed. And in his Players Tribune, getting goosebumps thinking about it, he said, he was like, I see myself in the city in so many different ways. I am Toronto. I was like, right, let's go. I was just jacked up reading that, but you sign a deal with the devil and win a championship. That's really what it was. And I'm just happy to see Debo doing well. I wonder, I think we should retire DeRozan's jersey, but I wonder how you get him in the building. Because I don't know if it'll happen until he retires. And when he does, like, I think he can't even stomach saying Masai Ujiri's name, let alone coming back to be honored in Scotiabank Arena. He might just go say, up it, like, no, I'm not coming. I wonder how they would do it. Because getting DeMar DeRozan to come back to Toronto for a night where he's honored might be might not be on his to-do list. I'm not sure. I hope he would. But Gary Trent Jr. with another mid-range shot there. We got 4 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Currently down by 18 points. My spread is in trouble, but not completely dead. Let's see what happens here. Mike Conley trying to put my spread to bed, but no, he misses. Staying Utah ball. Yeah, Mike James again bringing up a good point. Saying Siakam isn't the reason for everything that's going wrong. He's definitely an issue, but is he like the issue? No, there is multiple. He's among, in my opinion, he's one of the most influential issues. But no, we can't just look at Siakam and blame him for everything. Pascal from 3 just misses. Ouch. It's a rough night. All right, Donovan Mitchell coming back with the ball, guarded by Fred. He throws up the three-pointer and misses it. All right, everyone, please put an RIP in the chat for my spread. It's done. It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. Bet streak is probably coming to an end again. I don't think Scotty Barnes is going to hit his points mark either. I thought we would see a nice underdog effort from the Raptors. You know, they're counted out. OG Anunoby's not in the lineup. I thought Scotty would come up big and help us play at least a close game here on the road. Not the case, guys. Not the case at all. That's tough. Matt Hogg saying Barnes looks like he already wants out. Matt, please. No. We cannot put that energy out there. I think Barnes is happy to be a Raptor. 110% happy to be a Raptor, but a road game where it goes down like this, I think anybody who cares about winning is going to look a little visibly distraught. Yeah, everyone in the chat throwing out the RIPs for the spread. Appreciate you guys. It was a good spread. I will miss it. Tom Moreau saying it's not over until the last shot is missed. Well, pray for me, Tom, because the bets look a little far-fetched at the moment, but still 86 people in here. You guys are the best. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. Definitely go check out Ben and Riker's post game. That'll be coming to you, and I'll be doing my 5 takeaways as well. If you guys have some takeaways right now, I mean, lay them out for me, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but sometimes I will steal takeaways from the chat that I really agree with, and I'll put them in my videos. So go take a look. I'm always curious to hear what you guys have to say. What are your takeaways so far from what we've seen tonight? And go easy on Spicy P. That's I'll already have enough to say about that. Flynn with the ball. In the mid-range, that's a brick. Flynn drives, finds Banton. Oh, okay. I can tell that Rudy Gobert is living in Banton's head right now because Banton had an open layup, tried to pump fake it, and then just missed it. Like, just skied it off of the board there. He's not trying to end up on any more of Rudy Gobert's defensive highlights. Not this late in the game, at least. Jeez, I just switched gears. Now I'm attacking my own players here. It's a frustrating game, guys. Jay saying Nick Nurse scared to sub Siakam. Aziz saying Trent for Depoy. And he's also saying trade Pascal. Deal's got to be right, but yeah, at this point. Tom Moreau giving me his takeaway, saying Siakam has to go because the atmosphere is poison for the guy. He will thrive for whoever gets him. Okay, that's quite a good point. That's quite a good point. I think that a change of scenery might be starting to become of mutual interest. Pascal Siakam's a very upbeat, positive guy, and you got to imagine that the atmosphere here. And let's not feel bad about this as fans. He's a professional. He's paid $30 million a year to score a basketball. And if he's not doing it well, don't get personal about it, but critique his game. That's fair. That's what I'm doing right now. And so I don't think we should feel we don't want to feel terrible about saying Pascal Siakam needs to step up or go. But I think it is definitely getting to him, and wherever he goes, he will have a fresh start, and I think it'll do numbers for his game, really. And that's what makes trading him tough. You're going to turn around and see a pretty good comeback for Pascal, but at this point, it is looking like something that needs to happen. But I'll say it again, the deal needs to be right. Michael C. saying, WTF happened to our defense? I'm asking the same, brother. I thought we were going to be a top 5 defensive team, regardless of our record. And the first few games, it was looking like it could be that way. Svi Mikhailiuk with the rebound, taking it the other way. We got 2 minutes left in this one. Chris Boucher gets the ball poked away from him. He's struggled tonight. I forgot that Pascal's on Utah. They got some players, man. Wow. I'm kind of blown away by Utah's depth. Seriously. Oh my God. Who just did that? Azubuike? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but number 20 there on Utah just tried the most. That was like one of the worst no-look passes I've seen in a minute. Goes out of bounds. It's Raptors ball. Shouts out to 82 people that are still watching. Flynn drives the baseline. No pass available. Gets it to Boucher out on the perimeter. Jacks up the 3. Malachi misses. I was really hoping that Malachi could be a positive storyline of this game, but it's turning out that he too has had a spotty night. Some moments of good stuff, but overall a ton of fouls, a lot of missed shots. Boucher with a block and Malachi playing good defense. Svi Mikhailiuk from 3. He's been hesitant to shoot, but gets that one to fall. Nice. Down by 18. Under a minute to go. It's a curtain call here, guys. It is the curtain call. As I said earlier, if you're listening right now, go check out Ben and Riker's post-game after this. I can't imagine they have good things to say, but I'm curious to hear what they're feeling about this as well, so I'll be tuning in to check that out. Champagny contests the shot from Pascal. Oh. Yeah, I don't even know how Chris is trying to argue that one. Utah ball, still down by 18. So Giesel 91 saying, where's Goran? Back on the bench at the moment. He played the other night, not the last game, but the game before, and pretty underwhelming when Fred VanVleet was out with the groin injury. I think he had 16 points. Actually, I know he had 16 points. He played okay. Nothing too crazy, but it does seem like the Raptors are taking no risks with Goran Dragic. They're aware that the teams out there interested in Goran know how good he is, regardless of how he's played with Toronto so far. So I think they're just trying to make sure he stays healthy so they don't lose him as a trade asset. It's the last year of his contract. Tom Moreau saying, look at the faces on our guys. I'm going to cry. It's a sad night out here. Banton at the free throw line. Hits both of them. So the Monty Python bringing up Masai's relationship with Siakam. I've said it before. I think that Masai Ujiri looks at Pascal Siakam like a son, like family. And that definitely is something that'll make it extra difficult to trade him. And you think about what happened with DeMar DeRozan. Masai Ujiri's learned before that you got to be good to people and you got a championship out of it. But I think he's really been determined to not do flinch reaction moves. I think maybe part of him debated doing that Russell Westbrook, Paul George trade to with OKC to try to keep Kawhi. But Siakam was going to be the centerpiece of it, along with a bunch of other players, and he decided it wasn't worth it. And I think it was a little bit of loyalty there. It's like you won the championship, don't sell your soul back to back, trying to keep the guy that you already sold your soul for in Kawhi Leonard. I think he's a little bit more sensitive to these issues now. So I think he's going to want to hold on to Pascal, but there's also a very practical, professional person in Masai Ujiri that's going to be watching games like this, like the rest of us, shaking our heads like, where's the offense? Where's the shot creation? The setting up your teammates, the defense? Like there is so many gaps in Pascal Siakam's game at the moment. Making $30 million, it's pretty inexcusable. But tune into our 5 takeaways, man, if you want to hear more on that. And give me any other takeaways that you have at the moment. I apologize if I missed something you guys have said in the chat. Shayar right now in the chat. Shouts out Shayar, another regular, saying DeMar is way better than Pascal, indisputably. Yeah, 100%. But just one of those things where it's like, we had a great relationship with DeMar. Again, like very tight with Masai, but he did what he had to do. And I think it just meant in the future, he was a little bit more careful and cautious to deal guys that have like strong roots with the organization to try to win. I think that, he's given some fair benefit of the doubt, but it's the time to make some realistic decisions. So guys, make sure to comment on this video right now what you guys think is the big issue here in Toronto. There's a bunch of different ones, but what's the primary one? I know Mike James has been really good about defending Pascal out here, saying he is a problem, not the problem. There's a ton of different takes out there. I definitely love Pascal as a person. I don't wish any bad on him. But we have 95 viewers in here right now, almost 100, near the century mark. I mean, the fact that this is a blowout game late on the road and we still have this kind of viewership is amazing. You guys make this what it is. Not the result we wanted. 119 to 103. The bets miss. We're 6-3 on the live stream bets. In total, I think we've hit the vast majority of predictions we've made. And hey, it is what it is, guys. We'll live to see another day. I believe the Raptors play tomorrow, so I'll be back on live stream. I'll see you guys soon, and go out there and enjoy your Friday, guys. I'll be back soon. I'm signing off.